I'm so excited to formally introduce our first game, SUPERVIVE.
Hi everyone, Jessica Nam here, executive producer of SUPERVIVE, and welcome to the very first Fireside chat of SUPERVIVE. We do have a lot in this 8-day playtest, but this is a special edition Fireside chat because we have just announced our game. Okay, let's run down the list. On the topic of more info about SUPERVIVE, we think our game should just stand on its own merits, even in alpha development. So, starting today, any playtester, creator, journalist, or streamer can share their opinions, create content, stream the game, write fanfiction, or make just about anything to do with SUPERVIVE without constraints. That means this announcement will come with a big wave of first looks from journalists, creators, and streamers who have come into our playtests, so go check them out to get an unfiltered take on what we're building. Okay, next topic. What the hell are we building? SUPERVIVE's high-level vision has stayed roughly the same since the start of development. Combine the strategic team play of games like League or Overwatch with the endless replayability of a battle royale, and set it all in an improvisational action sandbox where things come together in infinitely unique scenarios. Imagine a living, evolving chessboard with dozens upon dozens of players, a huge battleground filled with unique hunters, powers, and items that you can use and combine in open-ended ways to pull off game-breaking plays. Now, imagine doing that with a squad of your friends against a lobby of 9 other teams, each dreaming up their own unique strategies and running their own unique comps. The other half of this action sandbox is our free-flowing movement and combat that puts us closer to action shooters or platform fighters than traditional MOBAs. You can jump, you can glide, you can combo off of walls, you can spike enemies into the abyss, and you can move seamlessly through the world in a variety of different ways. All of these things combine into a game we think plays unlike any other, and we're already seeing our testers pull off incredibly creative, expressive plays. Sometimes it's not even about the mechanics. Sometimes it's this galaxy-brained combo of powers and items that really takes over the lobby. And that is our starting point. We still have a number of things to bring up to production level, but I wanted to share our goals with you so that you can see where we're going. First, a fun fact, we're almost exactly 3 years from when we put out the first call for pre-alpha playtesters. It also makes me feel a little sentimental to say that a handful of those playtesters have stayed with us through all this time. Thanks, y'all. But if you've been on the journey with us, you might also notice that we move fast and take a lot of experimental swings. Generally, we think this is the best way to develop a game like ours, and it's why we have the playtesting cadence we have. A month is just enough time for us to develop new features, get them to a functional level of polish, and then playtest with all of you to see what's working. In the short term, we're planning to stick with this monthly playtest schedule, but we are looking to extend playtest hours and increase our total number of playtesters. It's actually why we're lifting the NDA so early. We're still a growing community and could use the increased visibility of playtests to build up our momentum. So, for those of you choosing to stream SUPERVIVE or make content in alpha development, I can't thank you enough for helping us spread the word. You are literally helping us develop faster. Once we start growing with our publicly streamed playtests, we can talk about extended hours or days as we get closer to open beta later this year. And if you're like, wow, that's so far away. Man, no it's not. It's like a few months and it's freaking me out. Next topic. It's weird to talk about the games industry in a fireside chat, but 2023 and 2024 have been pretty hard years for game devs. We've seen a record number of layoffs and a huge pivot from both new and established studios trying to get into live service games, only for a lot of those games to get cancelled within a few months of launch. Some of you might also be asking, why even develop a live service free-to-play game when we have to compete against some of the biggest games in the world? And it's because we love making games like these. Because we believe in community-driven development. We're also realistic about what we're getting into. We're not running out of money anytime soon, and we're committed to making something worthy of your time. Building a deep 1,000-hour game doesn't need to be perfect out the gate. We know it can't be. But to get there, we need to build with real players, to have real conversations about what's working or not, and to be willing to put ourselves out there. Okay, heart-to-heart time is over. If you like what you saw, come join us. And if you're still skeptical, honestly, I'd love it if you join us anyway, just so we can prove to you we've got it. And in return, we'll show up every playtest with a ton of improvements to make this a 10,000-hour game for you. I'll see you in this upcoming playtest.